Not that it's any of your business, but, I have a date.
A date?
I don't want to say anything that might upset you. I don't want to say anything that might upset you. I don't want to say anything that might upset you.
What kind of date?
Rex, I don't want to say anything that might upset you. The doctor says any
I'm gonna check if
upstairs and we're gonna go check it out. Okay, have fun.
we're going to check it out. We're going to check it out.
Upstairs and we're gonna go check it out. Okay, have fun.
We're going to check it out. We're going to check it out. We're going to check it out. Ooh, it tastes like it's burned and undercooked.
Dude, it tastes like it's burned and undercooked. Once I was a wooden boy, a little wooden. We should both know that he's a dead man.
You should both know. You should both know it's a dead man.
Wow, are you in trouble? Big time. On a wedding dress? Hardly used.
On a wedding dress, hardly used. On a wedding dress, hardly used.
I asked her about it years later, and yeah, that was the signal.
I should have kissed her. I should have kissed her.
I could have kissed her. But that's the funny thing about destiny. It happens whether you plan it or not.
I could have kissed her. I could have kissed her. It happens whether you plan it or not. It happens whether you plan it or not. It happens whether you plan it or not.
Tyrak. All right, I'm gonna give the speech.
You are not
You're
giving
not
the
giving the speech. We're gonna be stuck with these people. We're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours.
You're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours.
We're gonna be stuck with these people. We're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours.
After all the time we spent working side by side.
I've been your EP for 13 weeks.
I've been your EP for 13 weeks.
That's the longest I've ever worked with anybody.
That's the longest. That's the longest I've ever worked. That's the longest I've ever worked with anybody. That's the longest I've ever worked. That's the longest I've ever worked. I've ever worked with anybody.
I've been your EP for 13 weeks.
That's the longest I've ever worked with anybody.
I've ever worked with anybody.
Yeah, because you let him off the hook, as was pointed out by everyone with
You
internet
took
access.
out of me. You took out of me.
You blew that interview, and you took it out on me.
Yeah, they're assholes. Now look, Richard, if you want to live here, you've got to deliver.
I can't wait that weight. I can't have that weight in my incubator. I can't have that weight in my incubator.
I can't have dead weight in my incubator, okay?
The bloated administrators. You are a dangerous man, spewing ignorance.
No, I'm not. I'm saying people, they should trust themselves.
I don't think so. I'm just saying people should trust themselves.
I don't think so. I'm just saying. I don't think so. I'm just saying they should trust themselves.
Those guys built a mediocre piece of software that might be worth something someday, and now they live here.
There's money flying over the Silicon Valley, but none of it ever seems to hit us.
Money flying all over Silicon Valley, but none of it ever seems to hit us.
Go ahead.
Corporate has deemed it appropriate to enforce an ultimatum upon me. And Jan is thinking about downsizing the branch.
I heard they might be closing this branch down.
I heard they might be closing this branch down.
hardly used.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Okay.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We're getting a little ahead. We're getting a little ahead. A little ahead of themselves. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here.
Getting a
Okay.
little ahead.
I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here.
Ahead of ourselves. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think we're getting a little ahead. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I could have kissed her. But that's the funny thing about destiny. It happens whether you plan it or not. I mean, I never thought I'd see that girl again. But it turns out I was just too close to the puzzle to see the picture that was forming.
어렵다.
I mean, I never thought I'd see that girl again. But it turns out I was just too close to the puzzle to see the picture that was forming. Because that, kids, is the true story of how I met your Aunt Robin.
And Robin.
I thought this was how you met Mom.
Will you relax? I'm getting to it.
Will you relax? I'm getting to it.
You're very strong, Holmes. Thanks. Okay, nice. Nice soft landing.
Nice soft landing. Nice soft landing.
And simply put, you are a smart, talented guy who isn't very nice. And the countdown to your retirement from relevance started the moment you called.
Countdown to your relevance.
And the countdown to your retirement from relevance started the moment you called conservatives idiots and liberals losers. Conservatives idiots and liberals losers.
That's enough.
A bad reaction to vertigo medicine.
A bad reaction to vertigo medicine.
That's enough.
A bad reaction to vertigo medicine.
A bad reaction to vertigo medicine.
After all the time we spent working side by